Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, about a week after the inaugural arrival of the Aida Perla, tourism officials once again gathered on Tuesday morning to welcome the first visit of the Enchanted Princess. A welcome and plaque exchange ceremony was held at Port Zante. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, noted that the ship's arrival is a result of the ministry's continuous efforts to revive the cruise tourism sector.
As we welcome this inaugural visit, it is important for us to understand that our destination continues to work assiduously with its cruise line partners to offer a safe experience. We are committed to working with our stakeholders to make the necessary adjustments to continually improve the visitor experience while balancing lives and livelihoods of our nationals and our residents.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris said the government's efforts at preparing the nation for the revival of cruise tourism was led by the ongoing vaccination campaign.
About 79.6% of the adult population already vaccinated, and 73% of the adult population fully vaccinated at this time. These are significant numbers and compared to any in the advanced countries or anywhere else in the world. The point then is that we have taken every precaution to ensure that both you and your passengers who visit would operate in a safe place.
The remainder of the week will see 5 more cruise ships visit St. Kitts, with the Celebrity Apex and Harmony of the Seas on Wednesday, Aida Diva and Seabourn Ovation on Thursday, and Explorer of the Seas on Saturday. The St. Kitts Tourism Authority has announced updates that take immediate effect and would allow for the mixing of vaccinated locals and tourists. According to a press release on Tuesday morning, fully vaccinated nationals and residents are now allowed to enter the travel-approved Port Zante site while cruise ships are in port. Individuals must show a photo ID along with a photocopy or an original vaccination card in order to enter retail stores, bars, restaurants, and casinos. This comes after the announcement that cruise ships are expected to visit St. Kitts until early January. This also follows posts on social media from business owners and consumers who have expressed frustration with the bubble fencing at Port Zante. The release also says hotel stays are now available for fully vaccinated nationals and residents who would like to enjoy a staycation. And for international travelers, they can now plan overnight stays at multiple hotels or plan a twin island getaway between St. Kitts and Nevis. Travelers may move accommodations following the completion of the 24-hour vacation in place. In other news, the police have arrested and charged 40-year-old Cleon Doyling of Challengers for the attempted murder of Clyde Clark. The offense was committed on November 19 in Challengers. He was charged on Sunday, November 21, and has been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison. Reports indicate that sometime after midnight on Friday, Clark was in his outside kitchen when a lone gunman entered the premises and shot at him. He received a gunshot wound to his abdomen and was transported to the JNF General Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery. He is currently in a stable condition. Based on information received shortly after the incident occurred, the police were able to identify and locate an individual who might be able to assist with the investigation. Personnel from the forensics department processed the scene and collected pieces of evidence. After the break, Flow donates to the Ministry of Health, and Diabetes Association thanks supporters. Stay with us.
Hello?
Hey babe, did you sign up for Flow Internet?
Yeah, because it's the best deal. Big savings. Just by combining our mobile with Flow Internet, I save hundreds of dollars a month on our mobile, which practically pays for the internet at home. And I got double data. Best decision ever.
Double data and big mobile savings? What about me, babe?
I wouldn't leave you out. With Flow, you get up to 4 lines with all these benefits.
Switch to Flow Postpaid and sign up for internet for big mobile savings and double data as low as $80 per line. Visit discoverflow.co for details. Conditions apply.
Paint it, style it, improve it. Your walls, paint it. Your rooms, style it. Your home, improve it with huge savings at the Hoxford's Building and Nevis Center's Paint It, Style It, Improve It sales event. Come to Hoxford's Building and Nevis Center now and get savings of 25% off all paints, plus deals and discounts store-wide on home improvement items. Paint it with 25% off all paints. Style it and improve it with other deals and discounts store-wide. It's your home, so paint it, style it, and improve it at the Hoxford's Building and Nevis Center. Paint it, style it, improve it sales event. 25% off all paints and more. Come now, save big, and simply paint it, style it, and improve it. Event starts now and ends December 31st, 2021. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
I want it all.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call Kane Agencies at 869-465-3333 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Welcome back. Telecommunications company Flow has donated personal protective equipment to the Ministry of Health and its frontline workers. In handing over 3,000 latex gloves, 2,700 shoe covers, and 50 face shields, country manager of Flow, David Lake, requested that they be used especially by the Federation's frontline workers, who he commended for the work they continue to do.
Cable and Wireless and Flow, we continue to remain committed to your ministry and the government and indeed the task force for the yeoman's service that you're doing in this fight against the coronavirus. This morning I want to focus on our frontline workers, who I call our unsung heroes. They have been risking their health and indeed their lives daily so that all of us could be safe. And a grateful nation owes you a debt of gratitude, and we all salute you for your effort.
The donation was received by Minister of Health, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, who thanked Flow for its continued support throughout the pandemic.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lake, and thank you to Cable and Wireless and Flow for the very fine contribution that you made today to us of PPEs. Most definitely, this will be used for our frontline workers as we continue to fight the novel coronavirus. And I also want to thank you because, as you said, it's not just this presentation now, but Flow continues to, I like to say, partner with us in the Ministry of Health in terms of providing us with cell phones when we need it, especially during the height of our outbreak. We added more and more contact tracers. We added more and more case managers. And whenever we called, Flow willingly was able to donate to us.
Mr. Lake committed Flow's continued support to the Ministry of Health, as has been done in the past. The St. Kitts Diabetes Association has extended its appreciation for the success of its recently concluded annual Diabetes Week of activities, which was held under the theme, Access to Diabetes Care. If not now, when? President of the association, Christine Watley, said, although the week has ended, the awareness campaign continues as there are more than 3,000 persons known to be living with diabetes in St. Kitts.
It is our hope that as a federation, we would collectively work to lower the incidence of diabetes and help persons living with diabetes to avoid complications. We must encourage healthier food choices, endeavor to include regular exercise in our schedules, and practice and encourage responsible management of diabetes diagnoses. Every citizen can play a role in encouraging healthier lifestyles amongst members of their families and persons with whom we interface with in the wider community.
Ms. Watley thanked National Bank and all other groups and organizations for their assistance in making the week a success.
On behalf of the executive and members of the St. Kitts Diabetes Association, I wish to thank the following groups and organizations which contributed to the success of the week of activities: the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, the St. Kitts Nevis and Gwilla National Bank, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Ross University, the National Caribbean Insurance, the St. Kitts Golf Club, faith-based organizations, the ZIZ Radio and Television, Freedom FM, Nurse Hazel, Mrs. Sonia Smith, the nutritionist, Mr. Jeff Edwards, the patient advocate, and everyone who assisted in making the week of activities a success.
Activities for Diabetes Awareness Week included a church service, a round-table panel discussion, school symposia, the annual Diabetes Screening Day, and the World Diabetes Day Grand Walk. The St. Kitts Diabetes Association has been in existence for 25 years and seeks to highlight the issues associated with living with diabetes and encourage community support for persons living with diabetes. And finally, on the national scene, Rohan Clark, an Atlanta-based gospel artist, is looking to perform in St. Kitts now that he has released his debut album. More in this report from Andre Huey.
An Atlanta-based gospel artist is looking to perform sometime soon in St. Kitts and Nevis after releasing his new gospel album. The Jamaican-born artist in an interview explained that the 14-track album is an eclectic mix of various styles and subgenres, all reflecting the gospel message.
We have Try Jesus, we have I Am Clay, we have Anytime Now, we have What's Next, we have Prayer, we have One Time, we have Under the Blood, we have I Rise and Destination, we have I Know, we have Happy Paradise, which is a title track, and we have Thick and Thin. Because I have a reason why I wrote all of them. I have a testimony behind all of the inspiration.
In 2008, Rohan Clark won the prestigious Jamaica Gospel Festival competition. Winners of that competition usually go on to establish their gospel music careers, but for Clark, he instead migrated to the US and started his music career all over again. With the album now out, Clark is looking to travel the world and minister, and even has his eyes on the Caribbean.
The plan was to, a day after the launch, I was supposed to be on Gospel Day introducing it to Jamaica. No, because we're not there now, so, and we couldn't go there like immediately after, so we were planning to just introduce it, all 14 tracks.
Actually, and hopefully you can come down these parts as well.
That is a part of the plan.
Yeah.
The album is available in physical CDs and is streaming on all streaming platforms.
Coming up in regional news, Venezuela opposition says it must rebuild after electoral loss. The details when we return.
Bigger, better, blowout, Black Friday weekend sale. Bigger savings, better deals, blowout discounts at Horsewood's Building Centers. 25% off store-wide this weekend from November 25th to 27th at Horsewood's Building Centers on St. Kitts and Nevis. 25% off store-wide on all discountable items. Bigger savings, better deals, blowout discounts at the Horsewood's Building Centers. Bigger, better Black Friday blowout 3-day weekend sale. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit or black cards can do.
Mimi, what's that song?
It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call Kane Agencies at 869-465-3333 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Christmas specials from November 18th to December 1st. Quaker granola bars $9.99. Essential everyday oil spray $7.99. Essential everyday barbecue sauces $5.99. Almond breeze milk and creamers $12.99. Essential everyday fries $11.99. IGA or essential everyday salad dressings $6.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. Skippy peanut butter $12.99. Post honey bunches of oat cereals $9.99. Dole juices $11.99. VO5 shampoo and conditioner $4.79. IGA or essential everyday waffles $8.39. Boost nutritional drinks $7.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Regionally, Venezuela's governing Socialist Party has claimed victory in regional elections. President Nicolas Maduro's party won 20 of 23 state governorships. Opposition figures say the result is a blow to their first campaign after a 4-year boycott. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bull reports from Caracas, Venezuela.
Gina Marruganaya was surprised by the results of Sunday's regional elections. She lives in the neighborhood of Baruta and was hoping for the polls to expose the situation Venezuelans are facing today. She's a teacher. Her 4-year-old daughter has a kidney condition and she can't afford the treatment.
It's not easy if you have the expenses we have with a child who has kidney disease and you have to spend $150 every 3 months. I have a family, we can barely save $10. I've gone everywhere to ask for help, but nobody cares. I'm disappointed because I wanted something to change.
But in Plaza Bolívar, in the center of Caracas, Nicolás Maduro supporters celebrated. Venezuela's ruling Socialist Party won 20 governorships in spite of the huge economic crisis that's left more than 80% of the population in poverty. Laura Rivas came here because she wanted to congratulate Nicolás Maduro on his birthday.
The president takes care of us. We have vaccines, face masks, and if we have a problem with our salary, he solves it. He gives us food so we can survive.
Sunday's results were a setback for the opposition. Around 60% of the population didn't vote, and more than 5 million people have left the country. Even though the ruling party won in most of the governorships, the national results show the opposition at least 9 points ahead. The problem is their candidates were divided in crucial states.
After several boycotts, the opposition decided to participate in this election, frustrated with the failure of U.S. sanctions to remove Nicolás Maduro from office. They were also emboldened by the presence of observers from the European Union. But the results were not what they expected.
Opposition leader Juan Guaidó said the opposition needs to work towards unity.
How do we connect what happened on Sunday with a solution to the crisis and people's problems and recover the country? That's the challenge we have, and clearly there needs to be a new phase in this process in Venezuela.
Millions of Venezuelans are caught in an economic crisis and an endless political battle that's had a huge impact on people's lives. Venezuelans are desperate for solutions that never seem to arrive. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Caracas.
November is Black Awareness Month in Brazil. The country has the largest black population outside of Africa, and it's the last one in the Americas to have abolished slavery. Brazil's 1988 constitution made promises to amend the wrongs of the past, but 3 decades later, black Brazilians are still battling for their rights. Al Jazeera's Monica Yanikev reports.
This meeting takes place every November in the settlement of slave descendants. It's a moment to relive stories of Brazil's dark and silenced past.
Many say slavery is over, but we still feel its consequences and undergo a lot of pressure to leave the lands which are rightfully ours.
62 families live in this quilombo in Mangaratiba, 130 kilometers from the city of Rio de Janeiro. It's one of the 5,000 communities scattered around Brazil, built by former slaves. Many of them had run away, hiding from their masters. The 1988 Constitution gave their descendants the right to claim their lands and keep their traditions, like small-scale farming. That's easier said than done. The Mangaratiba Quilombo has been at the center of a battle with an investment company that wants to build a resort on its lands.
We'll not negotiate our history nor our rights. We're only here today because we resisted. Otherwise, we'd have been kicked out.
Until recently, people who live here were not allowed to enter or leave the settlement freely. They were stopped at the gate, built by the company, and forced to hand over 50% of their produce. That changed when they were put under state protection.
We stepped in because their lives were being threatened and are still at risk. The EcoInvest company doesn't allow the electrical company to install electricity in the Quilombo.
Edevaldo Felipe blames the lack of electricity for the death of his oldest daughter.
She had leukemia and needed medicine, which had to be stored in a refrigerator, but we couldn't have one because we had no light.
Earlier this year, the Mangaratiba Quilombo scored an important victory. The Brazilian state finally recognized its lands, which include landmarks of the settlement's difficult past.
These are the ruins of one of many plantations in Rio de Janeiro that thrived until Brazil became the last American nation to abolish slavery in 1888.
Yozona Domingos takes her son to the places where their African ancestors were forced to work. Slavery may have ended 133 years ago, and blacks in Brazil now outnumber whites. But the struggle for equal rights, she tells him, is far from over. Monica Yanikev, Al Jazeera, Mangaratiba.
Coming up, U.S. to tap strategic oil reserve in a rare move. International news is next.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
In Internationally, the U.S. said it will release millions of barrels of oil from strategic reserves in coordination with China, India, South Korea, Japan and Britain to try to cool prices after OPEC Plus producers repeatedly ignored calls for more crude. Reuters reports.
The United States on Tuesday announced it would take the rare move of releasing oil from what's called the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, part of a coordinated effort with the world's great industrial powers to drive down soaring energy prices. The White House said it'll release 50 million barrels of oil in an agreement with China, India, South Korea, Japan, and Britain. Climbing energy prices are contributing to overall inflationary pressures that are hammering U.S. President Joe Biden's public approval ratings. The announced release of strategic reserves comes after a group of major oil exporters known as OPEC Plus rebuffed Biden's repeated calls to pump more crude into global markets. The OPEC Plus states have shown no signs of a change of heart ahead of their December 2nd meeting. The UAE's energy minister said Tuesday he does not see the logic of ramping up oil production at this time. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer welcomed the U.S. announcement, saying it offers, in his words, temporary relief for high gas prices. But he called for a long-term solution to eliminate dependence on fossil fuels and create a, quote, robust green energy economy. But analysts said the price impact stemming from the release of reserves will likely be short-lived after years of declining investments and a strong global recovery from the health crisis. It certainly was short-lived on Tuesday. Crude futures initially fell after the announcement, but rebounded strongly.
A new mobile app has been developed in Singapore to help reunite people with dementia and their caregivers. Dementia Singapore's app allows the public to inform caregivers should a dementia patient become lost. CNA reports.
A new mobile app has been developed to help reunite people with dementia and their caregivers. Dementia Singapore's app allows the public to inform caregivers should a dementia patient become lost. Now, it's the first such service in Singapore. The Community Assurance Rewards Acceptance or CARA app stores important information that links dementia patients to their caregivers. Now, by scanning a QR code on a patient's membership e-card in the app, the public can help ensure that their safe return to their caregiver. Members can also access useful resources such as care solutions. Dementia patients and carers are eligible for the full CARA membership. The public can also join the program. About 1,000 have signed up for the app since April, and Dementia Singapore plans to expand the range of functions and languages that are available on the app.
Both caregivers and persons of living with dementia can come onto the CARA platform, and it is this interaction between caregiver and persons living with dementia that will be very valuable. It is a platform that's meant to cater to people of all stages of dementia, so from mild, moderate to severe.
Up next in sport, Cuban woman alleges late Maradona raped her, and former FIFA referee among thousands of migrants trying to reach Europe. Stay tuned.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sport, Mavis Alvarez, a Cuban woman who had a relationship with the late soccer star Diego Maradona 2 decades ago, told a news conference on Monday that the Argentine player had raped her when she was a teenager and stolen her childhood. Reuters News has this report.
Toda esa inocencia que yo tenía me la robaron.
A Cuban woman told a news conference on Monday that the late Argentine soccer star Diego Maradona raped her when she was a teen 2 decades ago. Mavis Alvarez, now 37, gave testimony last week to an Argentine court investigating her trafficking allegations against Maradona's former entourage, linked to events when she was 16 years old.
I was dazzled. He swept me off my feet by giving me flowers, taking me out for walks, and everything was beautiful. He painted this picture. But 2 months passed, and everything began to change quite a lot. I mean, I loved him, but hated him too. I even thought about committing suicide.
Alvarez has previously described the relationship in media interviews as consensual, but also said that Maradona had at least on one occasion forced himself upon her. In Monday's press conference, Alvarez said that she first met Maradona when he was treated for drug addiction in Cuba. He was around 40 years old and she was 16. She added Maradona raped her in the clinic in Havana where he was staying, while her mother was in the next room. Maradona's lawyer before his death did not respond to a request for comment. Alvarez says she wants to prevent what happened to her from happening to anyone else.
I plan to pursue the case to help all women, all victims of trafficking, of crime, for all those who have been caught up in it.
Alvarez said it was hard to be back in Argentina, where Maradona remains a hero to many.
A former FIFA referee is among thousands who are trapped in Bosnia trying to reach the EU. He says he hopes to continue his career in Europe, but like so many other refugees, he's frustrated by the constant obstacles in seeking a normal life. Al Jazeera's Paul Riss has more.
I lost one bike and...
Looking back on a life left behind.
This is my ID card from FIFA.
Ibrahim Rasool was a FIFA-accredited football referee in Afghanistan, officiating in futsal tournaments. Now he's a refugee, stuck in a makeshift camp in Bosnia, near the border with Croatia.
Just I want to continue my job, just I want to back to my normal life. One country in Europe, and I try to fix my life again.
Keepy uppies for the camera is as close as Rasool now gets to his former career. In reality, there's little space in his life for leisure. The 33-year-old has spent 4 years getting this far and is now trying to get to Croatia. He says on his last attempt, border police stole his money and told him and those with him to go home.
But police Kurwasi said, go to Afghanistan, go to Afghanistan. Here is not for animals. Here is not for dirty peoples. This is European Union, this is Kurwasi country. And you must go back to Afghanistan. It's better for you. And I can forget that word. They use it to us.
Rasool and his child are just 2 of thousands of refugees in the Balkans trying to reach the European Union. Their hopes of returning to something like a normal life, dented by the constant obstacles in their path. Paul Rees, Al Jazeera.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Stay tuned.
Whether you're at home or abroad, ZIZ's social media platforms help you stay connected with what's going on in St. Kitts and Nevis. Keep up with daily events by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at ZBC Online. Like our pictures on Instagram and subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Also, you can watch us live on the ZIZ mobile app and our website, zizonline.com. No matter where you are, ZIZ is just a click away. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, reaching you wherever you are.
We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Welcome ceremony held for Enchanted Princess cruise ship. Tourism Authority announces updated travel protocols, and Challenger's man charged for attempted murder. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.